Caged Minds, Micah Frankel, once again coming to you from the Bob Foster Museum. And today joining me is Jordanne OMG Garcia. Everybody loves to say the OMG part when we talk about you
It's my
in
favorite.
the game.
I love it.
Okay, so we need the background to the nickname first off. Was it just you kept saying it around the gym?
No, well, yes and no. So I was the only girl in the gym. I've always been the only girl in the gym since I started, and everybody would always underestimate me because I would come in with my makeup done, and I'm always done, and I look like a girly girl. But when I get in the ring, I mean, I do fight. I look like a fighter when I'm in the ring, and so people would be like, "OMG," like. That's how we got the name, was because when I'm in the ring, I'm a whole different person than when I'm outside of the ring.
So I can do both would just be way too long, right?
Right. So just cut it down and just say OMG.
Awesome. It's been a while since we've done one. It's been a while since we've seen you competitive in the boxing ring. Every time I go to the gym, I see you around. You're there, you're sparring, you're practicing. So what's been going on?
I've been doing this for 15 years, and the past 3 years, I just needed a break. I feel like you hit a point in your life where you just need to take a step back and live life, and that's what happened. I took 3 years off. I wouldn't say off because I was still in the gym, but 3 years off from fighting, and I fell back in love with it again, and I decided I'm ready to do it again and get back in there and show my talent.
And talk about life. I know I bumped into you many occasions just as you're around the team, and brand new car, your first new car, your first home. So there's a lot of life that really did happen in these years.
Yes, definitely. I like to say I found me. I found the best version of myself, and I focused on myself. And I went and bought me a brand new car, 2022. I bought my first home, and I just lived. I actually lived. I traveled, and I went on lots of trips that I never got to do, and so I did things that I didn't get to do while I was fighting. So.
How long did it take into all these adventures before that boxing itch is creeping again? Like, because you're always around the gym, you're always there. Like, It's got to be hard to not be fighting. When's that itch starting to get you?
The itch has always been there. It has been. But if I'm being honest, sometimes you get when you're in the sport and you're doing it every day, 7 days a week, and you're traveling and you're constantly fighting. After a while, and this may happen to some fighters and it may not, but you start slowly falling out of love for it. And I had to find that love again. And so I would say 6 months ago, my itch came back, and that's when I focused on myself and back into the ring and actually got ready to fight. And now I'm like really itching, and I'm anxious, and I'm so excited to just be back in there and get the feel of everything again and just get that excitement back.
Okay, so what was, I guess, the Cupid's arrow that brought you back to the sweet science?
I think just looking at myself in the mirror and realizing, what am I doing? Why? Why are we going to let this talent go? I have so much talent. I've been doing this for 15 years. Why would I let it go now? And seeing my teammates and going to the fights and just seeing everybody in the ring, that's what I was like, I miss this. And, I get all my fans that are always up to me like, when are you fighting again? When are you fighting again? And that's what really brought me back, is I have so much talent and just so much fans, and I didn't want to, let them down, and it's time, and let myself down and get back in that ring and do it again.
Not trying to take any credit here, but I'm sure also I was bothering you every time I saw any news, what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because we're at the fights and you're a professional fighter. It's my job.
Yeah, no, I'm not there, and I haven't been there.
So 6 months ago, you decided rededication, fully back on the schedule.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I have to say, in the past year, I've really turned my life around. And this is the first time I'm actually going to say this. So I hit a point in my life where I was very heavy. After I stopped fighting and training, I got really big. I'm sure you've noticed, and you see me around, and I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I was really big. I didn't care. I was eating a lot. I was drinking. I was doing things that a fighter shouldn't do. And in the past year is when I really realized, like, I need to make a change in life. And that's when I got really focused on me and actually dieting and going a route that for me, and I told myself, this is whether I get back in the ring but I'm going to do this for myself. And that's what I did. And I hit a depression, really deep depression. And I was scared, I was really scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get myself out of it. And finally, that's when it clicked. And that's when I was like, I need to get back in the ring. I need to get back in the gym. I need to do something to get my motivation going. And that's when, I stepped back in and got back in the gym. And I told my dad, I'm not going to train to fight yet. Let me get back into it. Let me fall back in love. Let me focus on me first. And I started losing weight, and I started dropping, and I started eating correctly and actually making this my lifestyle. And that's when I got back down into weight, and I was like, okay, now I feel good. And I told my dad, let's do it. Let's get ready. And so we were supposed to fight back in November. I was still a little rocky, I still had some weight to lose, and we were like, well, let's just wait. And so finally was it December, I told my dad, let's do it. Let's do it. And that's when Danny and Wrecking asked me to be on their card, and I told my dad, let's do it. I'm ready. I am ready. I am excited, and let's just get back into it and start training again.
How were you able to recognize the issues and address them? What was that process like for yourself, realizing, hey, I am in a funk, and getting through that? How are you able to do that?
If I'm being honest, God helped me through it all. And my family, my mom is my right-hand man, and she's the one that saw it too, and a lot of my family, and they were like, you're not you. I carried a smile on my face, and it wasn't a real smile. And that's, everybody kept telling me, like, are you okay? What's going on? Like, we're noticing that you're not you. And that's when I was able to finally click, like, okay. And I did see somebody for my depression, and they're the ones who diagnosed me with depression, and they wanted to put me on medication like any other doctor would. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I've never been on medication. I've never even been like this before. I've never been in this state of mind. And that's when, also clicked, and I'm like, no, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it my way. And it just took a lot of self-motivation and in your mind, and your mental is the most important thing that I had to click that switch back. And that's what drove me to be able to lose weight and just focus on me, and just, sometimes you still get in those depressions, and you get in that motivate, or that, how do you say it? Like that darkness, I would say. But I just flip that switch back off, and I get focused again, and I go to the gym, or I'll just go on a long run, or, I'll play a certain song, and it helps me to get out of that again and get back on the right track.
So you kind of developed a system of
a system, yeah.
Going through this process, and was it right away that going back to the gym felt like being at home, felt like the best therapy? Oh yeah,
it definitely did. And being around my team, being, around everyone, and when I went back, we had Daniel getting ready, we had Lorenzo getting ready, we had all of our amateurs getting ready to fight, and that's what really helped me, is to have them ready and for them to push me. I can say my team is my biggest backbone. They support me in everything, and they're the ones that actually pushed me, and hey, we got this, we're here with you, whatever's going on, we're here with you, and let's get back onto this training, let's get back to hitting, let's get back to sparring, let's get back into it. And so slowly but surely I was getting back into it. And Lorenzo, man, that's my road dog. That's my brother.
Gotta see the running videos on social media if you haven't.
That he's the one that really was like, let's go run. Hey bud, he would text me, hey bud, let's go on a run. Okay, let's go. And he was the one that would help me to go out and go run those miles and get out. And now it's like, hey, we're going. Like, it's not, hey, let's go. It's, no, we're going. We know what time to meet, and we're there, and we're running, and we go, and we go, and we go for miles. And it just feels so good, because I am at that state where it just, I don't have to do it. I do it because I want to do it.
And we've talked also about for a long time, getting the diet under control is a pain in the ass. Just all of us in general.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And so, you know, I would train and I was always in the gym, you know, before all of this. I was in the gym all the time. I was training. But when I knew I was fighting is when I would be serious, and that's when I would actually be serious on a diet. And then after I would fight, I would go back and I would start eating whatever I wanted and then gain all this weight, and then I had to cut all this weight again. And now I changed my life again. It was a lifestyle where every day it's what I eat. Every day I'm getting that water in. Every day I'm working out because I chose to do it. Not because I'm fighting, not only because I'm fighting, but because it's a lifestyle I chose.
Oh yeah, she's fighting. Great interview so far. February 4th, back in the ring. How exciting has it been, pen to paper, that you have the return date locked in?
I'm excited, man. 3 years. 3 years it's been, and I'm so pumped to be back in that ring and just show what I got and get back in there.
We obviously see this renewed, invigorated spirit, wonderful smile. Have you had the time to improve skill-wise?
Oh, definitely for sure. You know, just now we're training at Jack Candelaria, San Jose. We're training there, and so we have a lot of people. I'm training with Matt. You know, Matt's in the other ring, but he's still there, and Manuel's there, Manuel and Aya, and so I also have Leroy there as well. And so they've been, while I spar, when I'm training, they see what I'm doing, and so they've been coming in and helping me, give me different ideas, different skills to change up. So there's definitely a little bit of change there. I've also, Pitbull helps me as well. He helped me with my strength and conditioning and
those
workouts.
sessions. Man, I've seen him making kids cry.
Oh yeah, I almost, you know, there was a couple times in that session where I was like, let me take a step back real quick, let me gather myself and come back in. But yeah, also Ruben Griego helped me a lot with my strength and conditioning as well. So there's definitely some different techniques that I'm coming in this fight with. Things that I'm a different fighter, but the same fighter at the same time.
So what's the expectations for how you're going to perform, for how Fight Night's going to look?
Man, it's going to be different. I don't want to say too much, but definitely going to see a different me in there.
Well, I'm going to force your hand. I need to know some more about at least the goals. What's the expectation?
Of course,
you're talking about return. This is for the long haul.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is to win. You know, that's what I'm going in there for. I want to win. We've been training a lot for a knockout punch. I've had 7 fights, and not a knockout yet, but this one's going to be that one for sure.
And for the rest of the year, what's your thoughts? What are you expecting? What's your hopes?
So hopes is we have 2 more lined up after February. Yes, we have 2 more lined up, and then just keep going from there. Hopefully about between April and June, we're going to be coming back with that title. So everybody stay tuned for that one.
We know you've done it, but it's been 3 years. Are there any nerves I got to ask before I let you go? Oh
yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of nerves. Just, you know, like any other fight, I do have those nerves, but this one's a little bit more because I am dusting off those cobwebs. It's been 3 years, so for sure I'm very nervous. I think I'm more excited and more anxious than nervous, but definitely excited.
We brought it up 3 years and haven't even got around to it. Do you feel like ring rust is real? Do you feel like that the first round is going to be a feeling out period?
Yes, I do think ring rust is real. You know, I've been sparring a lot, so of course, you know, I've been getting the ring rust out, but it's different when you're actually in the ring, ready to fight with tons of people there. I think that first round is going to be a little bit, you know, ring rust get off, but after that it's going to be ready. I'm going to be ready.
The Rumble at Revel from Wrecking Crew Promotions, February 4th at the Revel Entertainment Center. Jordanne, thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.